Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Let Us Talk with CMJ. In case you're new here, you're welcome. To all my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are the real G's. Okay, so on my channel, we'll talk about faith, family, lifestyle, motherhood, and every good stuff like that. And as you can tell from today's topic, we'll be talking about expecting a baby. Yes, expecting a baby 101. All right, I'm not doing this alone. I have with me an amazing person in the house who will be joining me on this amazing episode. So let's welcome our guests together.
Thank you.
Welcome to my show. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, so it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
How do you feel to be here?
Well, I feel delighted to be here.
Why are you looking so gentle? It's not like you're that gentle like that.
Really? Okay now.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
How has it been? As you can tell, we are expecting a baby. And so she's a mother of one already, soon to be mother of two.
Yeah.
And so that's why when that topic came, I was like, who else would I rather have this topic with than someone who I know that is into the journey of motherhood and I know so closely and will be able to give us some wisdom on what to do while expecting a baby. So for every prospective mothers out there, this video is for you. If you're already pregnant, even if you have a child already, this video can still be really helpful for you.
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. But first off, how has motherhood been? Having one, soon to have another one and all that, how has it been? How has the journey been?
Motherhood journey has been good, though it's been an hard work, right? But I'm delighted to be a mother.
Before we go into what we really have, how important do you think it is to have support when you have a child, in terms of maybe a maid or a family around or something? Can a new mom cope alone without any support, any external support, just the mom and the new father? Is it possible to go through that phase successfully without external support?
Well, yes.
It's possible.
Yes, we've had, it's not a question of can. We've had situations where women have to go through that stage of their life alone for one particular reason or the other. I even know some people who, after their delivery, they couldn't have their mother-in-laws with them or any elderly person to help them take care of the baby. They just started right away. All right, but the truth is, we can't deny the fact that having support is the best, right? You will be so comfortable. You are supposed to be resting as a new mother from the hospital. You are supposed to have all the rest that you can. All you are supposed to do and carry at that time is your baby. Any load heavier than your baby, you shouldn't deal with it.
All right, so let's just jump right into the video. Expecting a baby.
Yeah.
So, speaking from the place of you've had one, you're having another soon.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for a baby that is coming? In what ways can you boldly say that, no, I am ready for the birth of this child that I am carrying? I am ready to receive this child into my home, into my life, into my family. I am 100% ready. So how do we prepare? How do we navigate?
Firstly, spiritually, you have to be prepared, expecting a baby. Financially also, it's important to be prepared for the baby coming. Emotionally and also mentally, you have to be ready for everything that it takes, because it takes a lot. I won't lie to you. So now let me just buttress my points a little. Let me explain what I mean. Spiritually, you have to be prepared way before you get married. You have to make sure that you start praying for your babies, the children that the Lord is going to hand over to you to care for. You have to know them even before you get married. Okay, I'm not saying it's compulsory you know them in quotes, but what I'm trying to say is make sure that you have a relationship with God so much that God can confide in you, show you these children coming, show you what they are to be in future. In fact, even tell you their sex and their names even before you get married. It's important. This is you preparing. Okay, I already know these children that I'm going to meet very soon, right? And as soon as you get married also, don't stop. Keep at it. And then your conception, you start at this point, I expect that you start praying for the future of the child, for every stage of that child: breastfeeding stage, crawling stage, walking stage, and every other stage in the life of that child. You have to commit into the hands of God. You have to command what you expect to happen. If you can do all these things, your children cannot just be a victim of, I don't know, victim of a casualty, because you have secured their destiny before they come. Also, like I said, emotionally, taking care of a life from the place of pregnancy, carrying the baby in your womb, is not an easy job. Talk more of birthing the baby to life, carrying the baby in your hands, backing the baby, breastfeeding the baby, petting the baby to sleep. Sometimes newly borns have some habits, like they don't sleep at night. Is usual. And when the baby is not sleeping, what are you going to be doing as a mother? You are not sleeping too. It's a whole lot of work, right? A maid will not do all these things for you. A maid or a mother-in-law can only help you a little. But as a mother, you have
the major work
like 80%,
for the baby.
yeah, of the work to do yourself. So you have to be ready emotionally. Think about it. Ask questions. Even before you get married, ask questions from people who have babies already, who just got married, newlyweds, and they just got married and they have baby. Ask them about their journey. Let them tell you their challenges. Let them tell you how they overcame those challenges, so you can be emotionally ready. Mentally also, you place your I don't know, you will set everything ready, bodily, physically, and every way possible. Okay, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I had a story of some mothers, when after giving birth to their baby, they are not mentally okay. And that's the truth, because it's a whole lot for them. They are going through a lot bodily. They are not healing fast. Mostly mothers who have to give birth to their baby not naturally. Okay, they are in their healing process. At the same time, they are taking care of a life that just came about, tending to that life, making sure that that life is okay, making sure that they get used to each other. It's a lot. So mentally, you have to be ready. Know about the journey. Know what you are in for. Before then, this will help you to get mentally and emotionally ready. Then financially, my fourth point, financially, as a lady who just got married to your husband and you are both expecting a baby, whether or not you've conceived, there must be that stable income, okay, to plan naturally for the baby. God is all sufficient, right? God will provide all that the baby needs and all that you all need. But just so you are reasonable with what you are doing, make sure that the money at hand, the income, maybe from you and your husband or from your husband alone, as the case may be, can at least cater for you and your husband and that child, the first baby coming. And what do I mean, cater? There are things that baby needs. Of course, you buy them clothes. Of course, their diaper. And for some people at that early stage, when you give birth to baby, their feeding bottles and their food, right? Because some people don't exclusively breastfeed their baby. So you need finance for all these things, and it can be really overwhelming. So you have to be financially prepared. Make sure that the money that is coming in or that will be available at that time when the baby will arrive will be okay for you, your husband, and the baby. Okay, so
Wow.
in all this phase, you have to really be prepared, as God will help you.
Wow, that's a lot already in a short while. So let's look at the aspect of naming.
Yeah.
They always say that when it comes to weddings, the family has a larger influence. Like they can literally dictate that. For example, I mean, I've had people around me that plan to get married, and what they desire as couples, something low key, something, and then the parents are saying, no, we want it like A, Uba, B, my friends must come. I went to all their, so, and people would often advise that it's the family that owns wedding, do it for them, blah, blah, blah. And so most people do the kind of wedding they do because of their parents, not really what they want.
Yeah.
But when it comes to naming of a child, the influence of the family on the style of naming, is this something we should also still put into consideration?
Wow. Well, I'll say it takes really the grace of God to navigate through such a situation easily, because our culture in Nigeria, so to say, let me not say Africa, in Nigeria, it dictates a lot.
Hmm.
Okay, in the aspect of naming, I got to understand this when I almost gave birth to my first daughter. I never knew, just like you said, in my opinion, so I thought, okay, let's give the wedding, everything, arrangement, celebration, whatever they want to the parents, right? And then when we have our child, it should be our decision, of course, all through the way we want it. And then I got a shocker
Hmm.
from people around. Being the first child and first grandchild
Voila.
of a family, you really do not have a
Oh
say
my goodness.
how or where to celebrate that baby's
Who brought this
naming.
culture?
Shocker, and I was like, for
That's
what?
a lot.
Why?
Hmm.
Why now? For how will I not be able to say, okay, this is what I want on my daughter's naming? My daughter's name, my own daughter's naming. They had their own children's naming. Now this is my daughter. I should have a say. Okay. But the truth is, I had to really calm down. Thank God for my parents-in-laws. They were not the dictating type.
Hmm.
They were the ones that want to know, what do you
What
want?
you want.
Okay, so with the wisdom of God, when I heard it, I wasn't planning to turn a deaf ear like I didn't know.
Hmm.
I now know, right? So I moved closer to my mother-in-law and I pushed it to her. I was like, mommy, what's your plan for our naming ceremony? You understand? Just to see her idea about what
Of
I
it.
let me know what she thinks. Let me know what she's planning. Let me know her expectations so that I won't wrong her.
A virtuous
Okay.
wife.
So when I asked her the question, in fact, I was also shocked at the response of my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was like, any way you want it.
Hmm.
I was like, is it that I'm not clear enough? Let me buttress my points with a lot of explanation so that I can understand what I mean. I really want to know your mind towards it. Okay, now I heard that when I give birth, I'm supposed to bring my baby for naming in your house.
Wow.
So I was that clear. In your house, as the Yoruba culture, first grandchild, you understand that it has to be done like that. We have to honor the parents in this. So when my mother-in-law heard such, she said, yes, that's true. But she would not like to do her own that way. That it's
Oh my
any way
goodness.
I want it.
Hmm.
That she would like to know whatever we want. If we say, okay, we want to use their place, it's fine by her. And if we say we would like to use our place, it's also fine by her. That whichever choice we make is okay by her. I was so glad. I was so happy. The other one again, I now asked her, just to be practical, so I won't just assume that, okay, she says whatever I want and I will now go ahead and be doing whatever I want. And it may be hurting her. So I asked again, I said, okay, I also heard that after, okay, in a case where we now do the naming in our own apartment, in our own place, then maybe later you should bring the baby over to the mother-in-law's place to take care of for you, instead of the mother-in-law coming to your place. My mother-in-law said no, that we are going to our place. That's not an idea, that she doesn't like that. It's not like you people don't have an apartment. Why will you come to my own husband's house to take care of your baby? It's my responsibility to leave my own husband's house to come over to yours and take care of that baby. So I will gladly do that. I was so blessed. I was so happy. I was like, wow, this is it for me. So it may not be like that in some other homes.
So how would for those who have another experience, so how can they, especially if it now has even spiritual implication, like you said, now imagine somebody had prepared even spiritually, whereby even God had told you that, okay, this child have a low-key naming, no too much access of people, have a low-key naming. But the parents from both sides don't even have this information, and they don't know, and they are just all about the first grandchild, or
Has to
for
be
whatever
loud.
reasons they want it that families extended will come around and all that. So how would you convince them?
That can be done with the wisdom of God. They are humans, and then commit their hearts into the hands of God. The Bible says that the heart of the kings and princes of the world belongs to the Lord, right? So whoever they are, commit their heart to the hands of the Lord. Is it not God who led you that you should do a low-key naming? Okay, just go ahead and spill it to them. Let them know that this is what God is telling you. It's not like you wouldn't like a loud one too. It's not like you are hating on it. It's not like you wouldn't want to celebrate. But the Lord is asking you and your family to do it on a low-key. Explain to them, and I believe that hearing that the Lord says,
They would
okay,
comply.
they would comply. Even if they are the stubborn type, God will work on their minds. In as much as you pray about it, commit their hearts into the hands of God before you go to them. So you can actually win that like
Oh,
that.
that's beautiful. So finally, before we wrap this up, everyone that are waiting,
Okay,
I know that all the things you said would still apply to them
of
in
course.
terms of preparation spiritually, mentally, and all that. But what can you say to them
Okay.
so we can wrap up the
I'll just say that the Lord will strengthen them,
Amen.
because I can understand how that phase of life can be so challenging, okay, where you have prepared. In fact, some of them know about their babies, about their children already, but on getting into the marriage, they are not seeing it happening. It doesn't seem like what God has said to them, okay, and then they are losing faith. I'll just say that please keep faith alive, and please ask that the Lord increase your faith. There's always a reason why God will want you to wait before you receive a particular thing. And for you who don't even know if you will ever have a child or not, this is what I mean. You've not asked God. You've not prayed to see, okay, who are my children, before you even get married. And then you're in the marriage, you're just expecting, oh, when will my children come? And then you're in the waiting room also. I would advise that you go back to God. Let God understand that, okay, I understand that you want me to wait before I receive these gifts, but please, can I know them? This will go a long way in helping you in your waiting time. Okay, you have something to hold on to. You've seen your children. You've seen how your baby is. You even know the name of the baby. You know the sex of the baby. So this means that it will come. Okay, at one point or the other, it will come. I just needed to wait. So please, I advise that you ask God. Okay, God, our fathers on earth, who are just mere mortals, who are not faithful. When we ask them things, they give us. How much more our Father which is in heaven? Whatever you ask of him, he will even give you more. And for those who know are still waiting, you don't know when, but you are waiting. I pray that God would bring these gifts speedily and strengthen your faith, even in the process. Because most times God wants us to actually understand some things before these babies arrive. Using Abraham and Sarah as an example, God tarried in giving them the fruit of the womb, though he had promised them. They knew the baby coming, okay, because they had a relationship with God, but they don't know when. And the truth is, there was something God was trying to achieve by delaying that child. God was trying to teach Abraham how to walk with him and be upright, okay, before the child comes. And it was helpful. It was really helpful when the child eventually comes. So there is always a reason for a wait. Try to get that reason. Try to achieve it fast. Sometimes even, God did not plan to make us wait for long, but it's in our hands as individuals. You are supposed to focus on something else, but because you are overwhelmed by, hey, I want a baby, I want a baby, God, please give me my own baby, see my friends, see my this, see my that, I can understand, okay, but I would advise solely that you try to figure out what your waiting period was pointed at achieving. God must have want to train you about something. Try to understand it, try to know it, try to win at that point, then your child will come. Your child will come.
Thank you so much. It's been so interesting with you.
Yeah.
By the time this video is dropping, this baby right here will already be sucking breast, and yeah. So congratulations in advance.
Yeah,
We look
thank you
forward to
very
another
much.
beauty that your husband have made, because you've seen the first. You are waiting and anticipating to see who this child is right here. All right. So
Yeah,
thank you so much. It's been interesting.
yeah,
It's been
I'm
such a
humbled.
huge
I'm honored
blessing.
to be
I'm
here.
so glad to
Thank
have
you.
you on my channel. So thank you guys for staying tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit your notification bell so that you can know whenever I post a video. Don't forget to share this video. Don't